back. You don't want that as a background, do you? Dramamine. All right, good for you. Have those spinning chairs. So I wanted to hit a couple of quick things wow, bright, that I didn't mention before. I guess we could do that to a degree, but it's washed out, man. All right, so bear with me. So critical infrastructure. That hack that I had mentioned in the last episode. We have a hack on our Treasury Department. We have a hack on our nuclear stockpiles, our nuclear waste dumps. What else was there a hack on? Military, communications in the Pentagon, and everywhere else. These would be construed as critical infrastructure, right? So, is that an attack? Is that an act of war? That's the question. Now we have Pasta Man. I put a link in here from the Epoch Times. What does he say? He doesn't see any reason to seize voting machines. He doesn't see that there was any election fraud that would have changed the election. You got to read his verbiage from what we've looked at. Okay. He doesn't see any reason to appoint a special prosecutor to look into it. Then there's another article in there that says he doesn't see a reason to appoint a special prosecutor to look at Hunter Biden. Isn't this curious? Are we thinking this might constitute obstruction of justice? Is this aiding and abetting a coup? Aiding and abetting an act of war? Critical infrastructure has been attacked, and this guy thinks there's no evidence and he doesn't want to do anything. Well, thankfully, he will be wheelbarrowed out of the DOJ on the 23rd. So the question is, why wasn't he walked out when he announced this and escorted out the door, right? And by the way, give us your keys and you're not taking any files with you. But this way, he gets to pack up and make his information. Now, let me point out two more things. Research project for you campers. I was told, and I know we have people that track those airline flights and military flights, and I was told that the day that Barr announced his resignation, the DOJ plane, they have their private jet, flew down to Atlanta, Georgia. Now, was that Pasta Man going down there? Why would Pasta Man need to go to Atlanta, Georgia, right after he announced his resignation? I don't know. Somebody want to look into that? Then there's another thought. Let's look at trucking. Let's look at shipping. Let's look at what's being shipped. Where are the corn crops? Are they being shipped? This is an interesting thought. Wheat or corn? Isn't this corn crop shipping season? There may be some nefarious activity happening. Is the corn being used for ethanol? Is it being, shall we say, bundled and shipped to China to make sure that they comply with their deal? Where are the corn crops? Where's the shipping? Interesting. On our solstice. You decide. But check those airline flights. And anybody who knows about shipping, check into that too for us. Would you, campers? Thank you. Oh, and one other point about Webb's thing. He did mention the barcodes, because when I spoke to him the day before, I said, well, these stupid machines, they generate the ballot in a barcode, and we can't read barcodes. I'm glad he pointed that out to this Vandersteel. Good work, Webby. All right, we'll see you all later. Two links for you. Epoch Times, along with, and the numbers didn't work, so deal with it. The power of automated numbering. It didn't work, so you've got, I think, 5 numbers, but it doesn't matter. You'll see. The one link, and that is for the Epoch Times, and then the second link, because it was a paragraph, created a new number, and that would be for their app. If you haven't downloaded, again, highly recommended. The headlines are unbelievable. Then I put in a link to Heartbreaker for you, just so you could listen to the words. It's from the official release. like a very old song. This is definitely heavy metal, a four-piece band, but it's curious, and I really never made the connection before. How funny is that? Hmm? Then I did put the link to Mozart in the last episode, and two little short clips of Piglet chasing the birds are right before us. The first one was actually the second one I filmed, and there was a lot of camera wiggle till the end when I get closer, and we can watch Wonder Fluff chase the birds. They're playing. They know him. So he doesn't want to catch them. He just wants to make them fly. So he's really not trying to catch them. So he charges at them till they fly. Depending on his range, depends how fast he's going to run. If it's a long run, he will, like, incredibly fast, but it's like 100 yards. So they can see him coming from a mile away. And then they squawk and go. But check out the audio on those birds and the kind of the echo reverb of what I imagine as prehistoric sound. Pterodactyls, perhaps? All right, short report for you here. I'll be back later. But obstruction of justice, aiding and abetting, accessory after the fact, any thoughts? Maybe we should tweet that at Trump. And by the way, people have said they've signed up onto the tweet Farmer Jones now. No, I'm sorry, Farmer Jones 17. And I'll go in there later and I'll approve everybody and let them follow. And we've got to do some stuff. But I like that thing that I said in the last one. Fake news should be illegal. Smith-Mundt modernization made it legal for the agency to produce domestic propaganda. And a link to the Wikipedia on that. It's very instructive because it deals with the 1948 Act, which separated foreign and domestic propaganda. And then it deals with the 2013 Act, which allowed domestic propaganda. This violates the First Amendment. There is no free press because the government is doing it. Send that out to our friends at Fox News. Let's see if Hannity can get it. Wow. And Levin and Tucker and Laura. And maybe Kayleigh McEnany. Maybe General Flynn. Maybe Donald Trump, the real Donald Trump. Maybe Donald Trump Jr. Maybe Sydney. I don't know. Who do you think should hear it? But if people send it and it clicks in there a few times, they might get the message. All right. I'll give you updates on the Sibel project later. I've got to talk to Ed, so here's a shout out. We'll do it later and figure out if we're going to spin up groups in his site. It's got a private social media group thing, so they're not going to be censored. Well, now. All right, campers, thank you. Enjoy Heartbreaker. See you later. Oh, maybe that's referring to Barr. You never know. Just an innuendo. You know what I mean? All right, FJ out. Thank you, guys. Sun is still shining. Short day. Burning daylight. Bye for now. Oh, wait. If you like the thinking, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. And leave a comment. Let's look at those plane flights. Why is somebody from the DOJ, or was it Barr himself, flying to Georgia the day he announced his resignation? Aiding and abetting? Conspiracy? Obstruction? And they don't want Powell to be a special prosecutor. Maybe we should tell Trump, make Sidney a special prosecutor. Perfect! Release the Kraken. Release the classified documents. Lots of tweets we can do, isn't it? Okay, out for now. I'll have to prepare some verbiage. Somebody made that suggestion, and I had said it a couple of weeks ago. Been a bit crazed. I have to figure out how I'm going to do it and just do it. This is infuriating. And share those vaccine vids. And if you haven't seen this morning's video, please check it out. A lot of high energy in there. Thank you, campers. Bye for now.